The advice from the Attorney General to the CID regarding the theft case where allegedly, house helps stole from Cecilia Dapaah and then distributed to some other people. And I mean, very interesting advice. Okay, first of all, the document catalogs the details of the police investigation, and then it points out a few areas where I suppose more information is required by the Attorney General. So, first of all, a very important clarification about the amounts that were reported. According to the Attorney General's advice, the original complaint stated that $200,000 and then $800,000 and then 300,000 euros and then God knows how many cedis were stolen. Somehow it got lumped up into $1 million because it's 200 and 800,000, right? But the Attorney General says, no, determine the source of each of these amounts. Not, don't lump them together. She says 800,000 came from her brother. 200,000 is her own. Okay, determine the source of these through your own investigation. Then also the 300,000 euros, it didn't state who owns that one. The way they stated that the $800,000 was owned by a dead brother, there was nothing stating who owned the 300,000 euros.
Even the $200,000.
Even the $200,000, there was no explanation of its source. So get those details, right? That is what and you remember that I mentioned when we first got a hint that the docket had been taken to the Attorney General's office. I told you that our sources were telling us that the advice will be that they should investigate the source of the money. I guess this is what they meant by that. Determine the ownerships of each of these allegedly stolen funds. But it also opens up other questions. For example, was all of this money stolen? And was that all the money in the house? Because apparently this thing was discovered in October after the stealing had been going on since July. And it was discovered when someone was allegedly caught red-handed attempting to steal some more. Right? So if this was all the money and this was all stolen, then what was she going back for? There must have been more. How much more? And what is the source of that one too? But for me, the interesting question is this, and Winston raised it earlier. They were robbing you from July to October. You even take it from the beginning. Your brother died and somehow had $800,000 from somewhere. It was entrusted to you because you have security, according to some people. So it was entrusted to you. You kept it in your house, but you never checked on it from July to October, 4 months. $800,000, that is not yours. Belongs to someone else. Put in your care. But for 4 months, you never bothered to check if it's there, if it's safe, if it's okay. And someone stole all of it, and was coming back for more when they were caught. And you didn't report it from October last year to July 2023. Why? What was happening in that time?
Look, exactly what was happening at that time. And why was it so difficult for Cecilia Dapaah to put this money in a bank?
Yes.
I mean, if somebody gives you money for safekeeping, the best place is to put it in a bank. Why do you keep the money in your house? And you arrest somebody, you catch somebody in the act. It took you forever. Now, a few discrepancies here and there, so for instance, the husband suits, in one instance, it's 5, in another, it's 6, and all of that. Look, I think that, yes, we need investigations into this. I am happy, at least, they are supposed to check the source of funds. But I also know that the Office of the Special Prosecutor is doing this. And I would want it to be left to the Office of the Special Prosecutor to do it. And I trust that independent institution, the Office of the Special Prosecutor, to do a good job. And after that, we will come back. But for now, I'm sure you can join us on State of Play today at 2:30. We'll tell you more. It says the changing faces of Cecilia Dapaah's story. This is We'll tell you more.